And we are back, y'all. It is a little bit past 1:30, so 1:33 to be exact. And I am just now, just a little while ago, getting back into town. And the question is, this is my ending of supposed to be the ending of my fasting window. And so, do I end my fast here at 1 o'clock? 1:30 actually. As you know, we've been working on a 72-hour fast, and 72 hours just ended at about 1 o'clock. And so, what do I do now? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Do I end the fast now, or do I keep going and end it in the morning? Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about here in just a little while. Hey, this is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here on the channel, I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level, y'all. And in this year, new you. I'm talking to adults with type 2 diabetes who want to put their diabetes in remission, who want to get off of diabetes medications, who want to reverse their diabetes. And we're using an amazing tool called fasting to head us and help us in that direction. If you're new to me, go ahead and put new in the comments because we'd love to welcome you to the show, welcome you to the community, and let you know that we're happy that you're here. If you're also new, go ahead and put Q in front of any question that you may have as we work our way through our talk tonight. And as you know how we do, y'all, we have, I've got my meters, let's see, got my meters that we're going to take a look at here in just a minute. I've got those sitting off to the side. I've got my reports that are on my Dexcom, and we're just going to take some time and have a good time as we get into our discussion for tonight. You know, we've been doing these fasts, right? And just excited to be able to do that. So let's hop over and let's take a look at my meter. The first one I want to take a look at is, of course, my Libre. And the Libre right now says that my blood sugar is 55. Well, let me tell you a story. So we went out of town. We had some friends, family who were graduating, and so we went out of town. And my fasting window ends right now, or just a little while after we got back home. And I usually don't like ending the fast late at night because what ends up happening is I end up eating late at night. And so that's the question that I have. Should I end it now or should I just delay it a little bit till the morning and go from there? And that would put us over 72 hours. As you know, we've been doing a 72-hour fast over the course of the several months that we've been doing this now. And last week we did a 97-hour fast. And this week is a little over 72 hours. So that's the question. Anyway, so looking at my blood sugar right now, my blood sugar is 55. This is according to the Libre. And according to Dexcom, we're 58. So that is actually in keeping. Both of them are pretty much saying the same thing. And then, of course, if I hop over to my monitors, I've got a Contour and I've got a Keto Mojo. So let's go ahead and let's get a strip for the Contour. We'll see what that one shows here. Let's see what we got. So get that strip into the Contour. And then I'm going to move this one and just use the strip for the glucose. Of course, you know the other one that I just moved off the screen is for the ketones. So let's hop over and let's get a finger stick because we'll need that. And we'll need 3 drops of blood, right? Let's see. As you know, I just use a Lancet. Let's get a drop of blood there. 1 for the Keto Mojo. Another drop for the Contour. And look at that. The Keto Mojo says 54. And the Contour says 60. Okay, so 54, 60. And then if you remember, the Dexcom said 58. And the Libre says 55. So within 10 of each other. And then let's go ahead and take this strip out for the Keto Mojo, and let's get the ketone strip in there. because we want to see what our ketones are, and then I've been doing this 72 hours. And as I always do, I'm going to keep you in suspense. So what do you think it is? If you think you know what it is, go ahead and drop that in the comment, okay? And so while we do that, let's talk a little bit. Let's do our quick check-in. As you know how we do the way we do here on the channel. So check-in, when we talk about check-in, I talk about how I'm feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally. Physically, mentally, and emotionally. So let's do that right now. So physically, y'all, this was a tough one this day, right? So over the past 24 hours-ish, I have not been doing a good job of hydrating. And so came back home, so went out of town, came back in, and I took my shower, sat down, and I got up. And when I got up, I felt a little woozy, a little lightheaded. And I was like, okay, yeah, I know what that is, right? So I didn't do a good job of hydrating over the last 24, maybe 36 hours. So I immediately went, got some water, got a pack of electrolytes, and we'll talk about that in another show about some of the electrolytes I'm using. I'm trying different ones, but got some electrolytes, put it in, and drank, downed a 16 ounce, got another one, down another 16 ounce, and so started feeling better. So physically, a little challenge over the past 24, maybe 36 hours that I didn't really realize until I got back home and just got up just kind of suddenly, okay? So in the process of fasting, one of the things that we've got to remember is to remain hydrated. And so that's physically. So mentally, remember, hydration also has some impact on how we are, our mental clarity. And so even though I thought I was doing well, during that period where I'm feeling a little lightheaded, I guess my brain was now concentrating on that, and so I did feel a little foggy, right? I'm feeling clear now, so hydration I think has gotten better. I'm still continuing to drink. I've got my stuff here. I got my my New Year New You mug that I'm drinking out of. And once again, the mental clarity is coming back. But once again, going back, I think all of that stems from the fact that I was not doing a good job of hydrating. And then emotionally, actually feeling excited. Feeling good. I'm feeling, what is it? I'm grateful. I'm excited to have gone and spent some time with our friends. Their daughter was graduating tonight, and so that was fun to be able to run down and run back. And so that is, in terms of my emotional state, actually feeling pretty good there. All right. So physically, mentally, and emotionally doing well. So let's talk a little bit about the fasting. As you have heard me say before, I usually tell people to start the fast before they go to sleep, right? So start it at nighttime. And I usually mean 7, 6, maybe 8 o'clock. And the reason for that is when you start the fast at night, when you make it around now to come into the morning, you've already fasted maybe 7, 8 hours, as opposed to starting in the morning and you have the entire day in front of you. That seems like a more difficult task for a lot of people. So say fast, when you start the fast at nighttime before you go to bed, that when you go to sleep, you wake up and, several hours, lots of hours actually have gone by. Well, in my case, when I started the fast, the time that I started the fast was not a deliberate time, right? So we had gone out, did some things with my son, and as I came around and I was doing my show on Monday, I think I was up late that night and I had eaten something late the night, and so into the morning, I didn't eat anymore, and into the evening hour, I hadn't eaten. And so I just decided to start the fast at that time, which happened to be 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And so 12:30, 24 hours and 48 hours, and then now 72 hours happens to be what? In the morning at the time when I started the fast. And so that's my question to you. Should I end it now or keep going? Okay? All right. So while you guys are thinking about that, go ahead and put it in the chat. What do you think? Say, if you think I should end it now, say yes. If you think I should just keep going into the morning and then end it tomorrow morning or sometime tomorrow, then say no. Right? So yes is to end it now. No is to end it later on. All right. So while I do that, while you're thinking about that, let's hop over and I'm going to take a look at my reports. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Let's do this one. There we go. All right. And so this is my Dexcom. This is my Dexcom report. And you'll see there for the last 14 days, my average blood sugar, according to this, has been 94. Okay, has been 94. And there's that number right there. My time in range is 77%, and that's because if you look down here, 20% have been low, so that's below 70. So if you add the two, so 77 plus 20 gives us a 97% within target or low. If I change from a 30 or 14 day to a 90-day report, we'll see here what my average blood sugar has been over the last 90 days, and it's been 107 with time in range of 92, and that range is 70 to 180. And so what you'll notice that the time in range is actually 92, so that's 70 to 180. And I don't have that many lows. So the lows that I've been having have been over the last maybe 2 to 3 weeks, and that's because I've been doing some longer fasts. So last week I did a 97 hour. I think the week before that was 72, but a little bit beyond that. And then of course, over the course of this 72 hours, you'll see those numbers, and we'll take a look at that here in just a minute. Okay. All right. And my glucose management indicator is 5.9, so that's a surrogate for my A1C, and so my A1C should be right around 5.9 or 6.0. If I actually look at the graphs for the days that I've been fasting, that's pulling up there, pulling, loading. So if I go back and let's see, Monday morning about 1 a.m., right in there, I was 132. All right, so that's, let's go ahead and put a line right there. And if I come Monday into Tuesday, 1 a.m., I'm in the 80s, low 90s, 80s, right? High 70s, low 80s. And that's 24 hours. If I go to 48 hours, that was Wednesday, so and that gives me 71, right about 1 o'clock, 71 maybe. Yep. And then, of course, this coming into Thursday, right, 1 a.m. And so for most of that day, look at that we've been below 70 according to Dexcom. And then now, where we are at 1 a.m. into the 50s, right? Let's see, did I count that right? So Monday into Tuesday, it's 24, 48, 72, and now, actually, that's a little bit over 72, isn't it, guys? Yeah, yep. Yeah, so I think I counted that. Yeah, so that's a little over 70, more over 72 hours. Look at that, right? And so we've been hanging out now in the right below 70s, And so my meters have been saying 50s and 60s, And so for most of today, if I hop back over here and take a look at, this is my Libre, notice that that Libre number has been below 70 that entire time, okay? And hanging out in the 50s. So let's hop over and let's take a look at one more thing, and that is the ketones. So I've got to turn this on, and then I'm going to get my Keto Mojo app and pull that up so that it will begin syncing with the data that we just got on the Keto Mojo meter. And you see that says syncing there. And so 54 is my blood sugar with the ketones of 1.6. And so when we talk about ketones that are less than 0.5 are considered normal. 0.5 to 1.5 considered nutritional ketosis, and then above 1.5 is considered therapeutic ketosis. And so we are right now 1.6. Okay, so we're into that therapeutic ketosis portion. If I look at the graphs, the tan line is the blood sugar, and then the turquoise line is the ketone. And so notice that when we started, blood sugars 102 with ketones of 0.4. And as I started fasting, then those blood sugars started dropping. So that tan line is going down, and then the ketone line is rising to what we just got just a minute ago, and that ketones of 1.6 and blood sugar of 54. Yep. So that's my ketones. And so ketones, we want ketones to be up because that means that our body is now burning fat and converting to ketones so that we can have energy. And so people say, why do you not feel lightheaded, dizzy from the fasting? Not from the water like we talked about earlier, but that's because my body is burning ketones. And then if we take a look at one of the other parameters that we've been kind of tracking, and this once again is just a side effect of managing blood sugar, this idea of reversing our diabetes, and that is weight. Okay, if you remember back in March, we hit our 188 goal. That was 52 weeks, so 1 pound per week. And so from March to now, blood sugar, or not blood sugar, but weight is 180.4. 180.4. We'll come back and we'll do a show talking and walking you through some of that as we've kind of mapped that out over the course of the past year, and then over the course of the last March, April, May, and then June. So on June 3rd will be 3 months since we achieved that 1 year goal of 1 pound per week, and then continue to go down. And we'll talk more about that and some of the parameters that we need to pay attention to there. Okay. All right. So if you think I should fast, if you think I should break the fast, say yes. If you think I should kind of hold on, say no. Okay. And I think I have an idea of what I want to do. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about our platform. Well, before we go to the platform, let's talk a little bit about what's been going on. What's been going on in the course of our process. And what does that mean? When I talk to people and I tell them about fasting, one of the things that I want to convince them of and convince you of is this idea that we have unlimited ability. Yep. And I'm going to actually change my mic here. All right, there we go. With the overhead mic, I'm having to raise my voice more, right? This one's a little closer. So unlimited ability to be successful. So when we talk about fasting gives you a tool that sometimes we don't understand and we don't use it properly. But we'll come back. We'll talk more about unlimited, the unlimited potential that you have, the unlimited ability to be successful, the unlimited ability to reverse your diabetes, to improve your metabolic health, to be able to go beyond what you thought you could do, beyond what people have been telling you, beyond what you have tried and what you have not been successful with in the past. Unlimited. So keep an eye out for that. We'll be talking about that, incorporating that more and more into our show and more into the things that we're doing in our content. So you have unlimited ability, y'all. And then our platform. We educate, we empower, and we encourage. We educate, empower, encourage. We educate with the shows, the podcasts, the blogs, all of the content that you're seeing. It was with the idea of educating, because we've got to change our mindset. We're going to have a mindset shift if we're going to be successful. We empower by providing tools. One of the amazing tools that we have is this idea of fasting. Don't just use the shows. Don't just listen to shows, but we got to implement them, and that is with the tools that we're learning. One of the amazing tools we've learned that we're going to talk about here in just a minute is the HEAT model, right? We'll talk about that. And then, so educate, we empower, and we encourage. The encouragement comes from the community. You are part of the community. As you come on and as you talk, you will enrich and you will grow and you will make the community stronger. So we educate, we empower, and we encourage. The HEAT model. Habits, emotions, access, and taste. These are the things that push us in the direction of eating when we've decided that we're not going to eat something, or we're fasting, or something is going on. We get off of our meal plan. That happens because of heat. Habits, the things that we've learned, the situations we find ourselves in, the social cues. Hey, it's lunchtime, so we're going to eat. Hey, we're playing cards. We're sitting down to watch a movie. Hey, we're going to eat. Not because we're hungry, but because we've gotten into the habit. Also, we eat because of emotions. When we're happy, when we're sad, when we're tired, when we're bored, all of those things will push us through the decisions we made to not eat. So we've got to be careful with those. And then we eat because of access. Oh yeah, this is a big one for me, right? So if I have some cashews or some almonds, y'all, I'm eating them, even though I've decided I'm not. So I don't even have those, right? I've changed. I bought some peanuts, so we'll see how that goes. But we eat because of the access. And then we eat because of taste, because taste reminds us of another time. It reminds us of another experience. It calms us, right? Those things that used to happen. It brings us back to a memory. And so we eat because of habits, emotions, access, and taste. And then our call to action, y'all. Call to action. Join the challenges. Come on, right? Don't just let this information come by and just be information that you absorb into your brain and not put into action. Join the challenges. We've been, over the course of the months for this year, are having one challenge per month. So the first challenge in January is to find out your why. Why are we doing the things that we're doing? Why do you want to be healthy? Why do you want to control your blood sugars? Why do you want to reverse your diabetes? Why do you want to reverse metabolic disease? Right? Number one, find out your why. Number two was to begin learning or work your way up to being able to fast for one 24-hour period once a week. An amazing tool, fasting. Right? So let's implement that one 24-hour period once a week. We've had so many people in the community, in my office, clients who are now fasting and seeing amazing results as a result, amazing benefits as a result of fasting. So 24 hours once a week is where we're starting. Then the HEAT model. Figure out for yourself which of the HEAT triggers is yours. Which is the one that drives you? I'll tell you, I actually have 3 of them. Right? So the emotions, the access, and taste. All 3 of those are mine. Yeah. All 3 of those. You may be someone who gets pushed because of habits, maybe get triggered because of emotions, maybe get triggered because of taste, or even because of access, right? But you were supposed to try to figure out which one is the one that's driving you. And then in the month of April was to come up with a meal, right? We learned how to create a 7-day meal plan. And you were supposed to find a meal that minimized the processing food, processing the foods that were processed, minimize added sugar, right? Whole foods, starchy, non-starchy vegetables. You were supposed to find out or construct a meal that had healthy fats, lean protein, that was tasty, and also that was the appropriate portion size. Yes? Okay. So that's where we were. And then, of course, our challenge for this month, the month of May, right? We're almost to the end, right? But that doesn't mean you can't still do it, was to find someone to begin teaching the New Year, New You method, this platform that we're working with, begin teaching them and begin mentoring them through the process. That's the month of May. So once again, our call to action, right? To join the challenges, and those were the challenges, and then to when you come on, tell your story. Right, so that was number one. Join the challenges. Tell your story. When you show up, let us know what's going on. Are you fasting? How long have you fasted? What successes have you had? What successes have you had in terms of getting off medication? How about weight successes? Right, we had some community members that are now in the 100s for the first time in years. Right, we call that Wonderland, as one of our community members said. So share that with us. And if you're having challenges, share those as well, because we get to support you and we get to know that we are, as a community, rallying behind you, or you get to know that as a community, we are rallying behind you. And then, y'all, invite someone, invite a friend, invite a family member, a coworker, someone in your community, someone in your health department, someone at your job. Invite someone. There are over 1 billion people on the planet right now that have diabetes or pre-diabetes, and you can be the voice for change. You can be the one that says, hey, we're not going out like that. Let's go watch this together. Let's work through the New Year process. Okay? Invite someone and then do the challenges. All right, y'all. As always, I am so excited to be here with you. I think I've decided that I'm going to not break the fast now because I don't want to go eat a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna wait until tomorrow, and we'll break it then. And I haven't decided what I'm going to use to break it yet. Right, but we'll do something video-wise and either be live when we do that, or we'll record something and let you know how things went. As always, y'all, this is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here on the channel, I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health in your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level. And in this year, y'all, new year, new you. Good night, good morning. We'll see you at our show Monday at 7 p.m. Central. Bye-bye.